Volvo Penta 2003 smoking and not running well? Well, this is what I did to improve mine. In this video I cleaned the air cleaner, replaced the rocker box gasket and adjust the tappets. That all helped. Towards the end of the season I noticed that the usual smoke-free exhaust was getting a bit smoky, and at high throttle settings there was a tendency for the smoke to be quite black. I guess a lot of you will remember starting your car engine and having to use the choke. That goes back a bit, doesn't it? This partially closed the carburetor air inlet to provide a richer mixture to help with cold starts. But if you forgot to push the choke knob back in again when the engine was warm, you would get lots of smoke out of the exhaust. Well, there isn't a choke on Zephyr 4, but it does have an air filter, which you find at the rear of the engine. I could find no record in Zephyr 4's log of that filter being cleaned or replaced, so there could be over 30 years of muck in there. So, time to investigate. Here it is. Unlike modern car engines, there's no paper cartridge, just a perforated metal screen, and it does look a bit grubby in there. A good old tap with a bit of wood while applying the vacuum cleaner made it look a bit better. The handbook suggests cleaning the filter with diesel, but that sounded pretty messy to me, so I resorted to a very hot concentrated washing up solution. That got lots of stuff out, and after a good rinse I left it in the sun to thoroughly dry before fitting it back onto the engine. So it's all dried out now and ready to put back on the engine. There's the inlet just there, and end up with this nut over here, and it's a 9mm spanner. So just for those of you who are going to do this, that's the spanner you'll need. I've got it on the inlet manifold. There we go. That's in tight now. Make sure this end is clear, not touching anything, otherwise it will vibrate, make a dreadful noise. And now I need to just tighten that nut up with this gadget. There we go. With the engine running, the inlet noise in the engine bay was quite different, and there is no sign of smoke in the exhaust now. It will be interesting to see how it looks when we are underway with the engine under load. While I was removing the air filter, I noticed a trace of oil running down the back of the engine. It's been an ongoing annoyance. It's not a lot, but it shouldn't be there. I was pretty certain it was leaking from the rocker box gasket, so purchased a replacement. Unlike the old days with cork gaskets, this one is made of nitrile rubber, so it's quite thin and pliable. Removing the rocker box is fairly easy. Loosen these 3 nuts and it lifts off. However, all models of this engine, 1, 2 and 3 cylinder versions, have a decompressor lever which sticks out of the front of the rocker box. Now I'm going to point you to an excellent video by Rob of Sailing With Us. There is very little room above the engine in Zephyr 4's engine compartment, and try as I might, I couldn't get any sensible video of the removal of the rocker box and later of adjusting the tappets. It was hard enough just to get my hands in there. Rob has better access to the top of his engine and made a really excellent video where he shows you how to remove the rocker box and the decompressor lever on a 2-cylinder version and then adjust the tappets and refit the rocker box. At this point I think you should go and look at Rob's video. There's a link at the top of the page so you can go directly there. I'm sure Rob would appreciate the views, and I have to admit I can't achieve that clarity with the engine installation on Zephyr 4, and you really need to know exactly how to adjust those tappets. So you go off there and I'll see you when you get back. So, was it worthwhile? Well, it's cured the slight oil leak and the engine is quite different now. The tappet clearances were not wildly out, but I've got a much nicer running engine now, quieter and with less vibration. It's one of those jobs that I think most amateur mechanics could tackle, so maybe this winter you could give it a go. But do watch Rob's video, it will help you a lot. Thanks for watching, and if you found the video useful, do please subscribe, like, hype, comment and share, all those sort of things. It all helps to promote my channel.